What's up, team? My name's Alberto. This is me versus you. And today I wanted to make a little video about Dead by Daylight, specifically about the SBMM, or skill-based matchmaking, otherwise known as MMR, or matchmaking rating, and one thing that I think can greatly improve it. Now, the developers of DBD, Behavior Interactive, recently implemented a new type of matchmaking into the game, namely the SBMM, or what I'll call MMR. Whereas before, you were matched with other players solely based on your displayed ranking, you are now graded and matched with other players based on a hidden value. The system is highly controversial in the Dead by Daylight community right now, and while I personally believe that it's an improvement on the old system, I know that it's not perfect. Basically, whether you do good or bad in the match, quote unquote, good or bad, you are graded based solely on the fact that either you live or die. So what is the issue? Well, player skill, quote unquote player skill, isn't just based on dying or surviving in a match. You can sneak by the killer, make them miss attacks, or simply run them for 17 generators, allowing the rest of your team to do what they need to do, power the exit gates, and possibly escape the trial. But then this happens to you at the end of the match. Now, we're not going to judge or discuss killers that secure their kills at the end of the match. They're killers, they're supposed to kill. But does that mean that they're necessarily more skilled than you are? Not really. So how can we fix this issue? It's simple. Add a chase timer. Now, we already have something in the game that judges you based on your involvement with the killer, but it's basically just for the blood points, and it doesn't really account for much. It will help your ranking, but at the end of the day, when it comes to MMR, it doesn't have an effect on it. That is the boldness category. Most of you that play Dead by Daylight will know about this. It's basically just the rating that the game gives you for being around the killer and being able to be chased by the killer for a certain amount of time. Chases are really the main interaction you're going to be having with the killer. Of course, the actual objectives are important. You have to fix generators and possibly save and heal your teammates, but you will inevitably get into chase with the killer, and that will be more of a deciding factor about who is more skilled, more or less. Depending on the interactions between the killer and the survivor during chase, this timer can start and give bonuses or penalties to the players. For instance, a survivor who ran the killer for a few generators and escaped chase multiple times will have less of a penalty to their MMR if they are killed at the end of the match. Whereas, if you maybe make a mistake as a survivor and go down very quickly, you might still see that negative impact, but it's based on your performance, your actual performance in the match, as according to you being up against this killer. This timer can also give bonuses based on the different actions that you can take in the match. There are some times where you might be able to save someone with a flashlight or pallet stun them to get them off of the killer's shoulder. There are some times where you can, as a healthy survivor or with certain perks or items, take a hit for a survivor and help them escape, and that could also give you bonus points. This timer, if it's implemented correctly, can more accurately judge players on their actual skill and not judge them based solely on if they die or survive. The developers even admitted that there are a lot of nuanced and things that can happen in the game that can affect the outcome, but I feel like these simple aspects can help improve the accuracy of MMR, and that will improve the health of the game. For example, if you have higher level survivors that are getting killed by killers that are maybe not as skilled as them just because they have certain perks or because they play a certain way, you're going to have higher level survivors in lower MMR mixing with some people that might not be as experienced, some people that might be newer, and then it kind of gets into this big gray area in MMR. So if the MMR is more accurate, you're going to have more people in their actual rank of MMR, their actual rating, and you're going to have more healthy matches. You're going to have people that are good at the game versus people who are good killers or good survivors, and you'll be able to have the beginner players as well in a lower MMR at least have a higher chance of matching with other players at that skill level. There are a lot of good things that could come out of this as well. Right now, as a survivor, if you get chased the whole game, you don't get as many points because you weren't able to do some objectives. If you weren't chased at all in the whole game and the killer just didn't find you, the game thinks that you didn't do that well because you really didn't get into chase. You really didn't get into a chase with the killer and interact with them. These are a few ways that this timer or other aspects implemented into this timer can help. You can start getting bonuses for being sneaky, for evading hits, for extending chase, and that will help survivors be able to more adequately acquire blood points and grind, since Dead by Daylight is a very grindy game. This will also help just in general the player feeling. If the player continuously gets killed and is punished for doing well, whether they're sneaking around or running away from the killer early or whatnot, and the killer gives up on chase, whatever have you, with this system implemented, if you're getting bonus points, the player will feel more rewarded. And I understand it's not supposed to be easy, but it's more about rewarding the player for performing well. Same thing for the killer. Let's say you end a chase extremely quickly. That should award you bonus points because you were able to do something very quickly and achieve your goal in just a matter of seconds rather than 30 seconds or a minute or two. This can work out in the killer's benefit as well. If you're not as experienced and you're playing killer versus survivors that are really good, these timers, whether you get kills or not, can help more accurately determine your MMR. If you lose MMR because your chases were very long, because you didn't really get any kills until the end, or even not just about the kills, but just about the decisions that you made throughout the match, you will more accurately be maybe lowered in MMR while they'll be raised in MMR, and you should both have more accurate matches from then on because your MMR will be more accurate to your actual skill level. Okay, and here in the video, I'm actually covering my face cam here, but in the video, the chase already started. The chase started at about 3 minutes. We might fast forward here. We might show a little bit of chase. Also, I just wanted to say, this was not the most optimal looping. I was able to use sprint burst again here and get away from the killer, but this did help me get away. I got hit here at the window, but I denied the Bubba from using their power, which would down me in one hit. So I extended chase. I got more distance. Chase continues. No generators are popping. Now, was this the best chase you've ever seen? No. A better killer probably would have gotten me quicker, and I was just able to play around this pallet a little bit and basically extend the chase. Because this killer, I forced him to basically break the pallet there. I was able to get back to safety. I got back to the shack, and I didn't even really need to go inside and drop the pallet because I just kept on running around. And we're gonna see the end of chase. Now, they didn't even see where I went here. I don't know if it was because Iron Will. I hid here behind this car, and then, you know, they didn't see where I went. They might have thought that I went back into this area here, but that was pretty much it. At this point, I believe one of the last generators popped. We have one generator left to do, and basically just, you know, that's pretty much it. I was able to heal myself, and then we're already working on the last generator, but then this happens at the end of the game. The bubble picked me up, and then I'm the one that got face camped. So that's fine. There was not really much else this bubble could have done. If my friend maybe was a little bit closer, right there, they would have been able to get me off the hook, and I would have been able to get off. But the bubble comes back, and they couldn't do much. And then I tried to get off the hook either way, and I couldn't, and I ended up dying. Technically, if you look at the performance before, yeah, I didn't do amazing, but I did get away from the killer. At the end of the game, I put myself in harm's way, so that was in a way my fault. But does that mean that I'm less skilled than them? So those are my thoughts and one of my suggestions for how the MMR can be improved. Let me know what you think, whether you agree or disagree. Maybe you have a suggestion that might be better. If you want to discuss it, leave a comment down below. I just feel like I know a little bit about what I'm talking about. I've been playing video games for my whole life, and I wanted to put my 2 cents out there and see what you think. Once again, my name's Alberto. This is mevsyouofficial. I stream on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, starting at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'd love for you to come by and just hang out, or we could play some games and just chill. Leave a comment down below, like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new. I know that's what everybody says, but I would really appreciate it. It does help a lot. I am trying to grow my YouTube channel. I do focus primarily on Twitch, and I'm trying to stay consistent on streaming there, but I do want to bring you more content coming up in the next year, and hopefully we go from there. We play a bunch of different kinds of games, but I do love Dead by Daylight, and I feel that after almost 6 years of the game being out, it is moving in a good direction, and there are good things about it. On a side note, I do feel that the developers do care about this game. I feel their passion for the game, and I really don't think that it's all just numbers to them. Maybe they just need a little bit more insight. They need a little bit more of a gamer's perspective. We're gamers. We know this stuff. This is something that, you know, you might hear this idea and you might be like, yeah, I thought of that, or I was thinking that too. So if you did think that, you know, let me know. We could have a healthy discussion in the comments. You could come by the Twitch channel and we could talk about it. As long as you're cool, we can all be cool. We can all at least try to learn from each other and be nice to each other and be kind, you know. So with that being said, that's going to be the end of the video. I really appreciate you watching, and this is one of my first ever recorded videos that's not just an edited VOD from Twitch. So I really appreciate your feedback. Just let me know what you think about the video, and again, you know, whether you agree or disagree. And with that, I'm going to be signing off. Thank you again for watching, and we will see you in the fog. Yeah, it comes with time being able to